evening, everybody, and welcome back to Twist Gaming. We are streaming here live at Origins 2019, and we are rounding out our evening of interviews with one of our favorite sponsors.
Oh, hi!
Oh, hi!
It's me, Julie.
Have you been here before?
No. This is all new and exciting and different.
Yeah.
I'm scared. Hold me.
All right, Julie, you know what I love about Origins?
What do you love about Origins?
This is where we met.
And we took pictures. We took selfies with Arnold.
We did.
And it was amazing.
It was pretty special.
Actually, I haven't seen it come up in my feed, and it usually comes up in that time hop. You have the time hop and everything. There's a random selfie of us with Arnold Schwarzenegger, which, okay, do you understand the deal with Arnold Schwarzenegger at being a local?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. No, I don't.
Okay, good. I did. Because we don't either, but we were fascinated and got a little obsessed and stopped an interview. So mid-interview, we told Josh to just stop.
Look, do not ruin a good story with the details, Joshua.
So stopped mid-interview, went outside, took selfies, then came in, and then Kevin Nunn, designer, randomly stuck his hand in, like there was a curtained area in the media room, and suddenly this and he's very tall, so he did this. So his this hand came from
I forgot about that.
Right, and took snapped a picture,
yes,
and then it went away, and both of us were like,
what's that? And
then he stuck his head and he's like, it's just me, and then he left again. But first it was just creepy lurker just took a picture of us. Oh my god. It was almost as good as this interview.
Almost. I mean, we just keep on getting better and better.
Yeah.
Look, you are always one of our favorite interviews and one of our favorite co-hosts. Before Cassadi is joining us.
Hello. I am also here.
So, Cassadi, talk to me a little bit about where you're from.
I am from Columbus.
Talk to me a little bit about the content you create.
Actually, I'm kind of in between things right now.
Okay.
I was working with Board Game Blitz up until about a year ago.
Okay.
And I loved working with those ladies. They're just lovely people.
That's fantastic.
But I've kind of just stepped back to take care of my daughter, and
Yeah.
I'm just doing things when and where I can right now.
Very, very cool.
But Board Game Blitz.
Mm-hmm.
So, what did that do? Tell us about that.
Board Game Blitz was the first all-female board game podcast.
Oh,
Yay! And there's 3 of us right here.
Such an appropriate show.
Yeah, they've done wonderful things, I feel like, for the community in a whole.
And we just met last weekend at Brewdog?
Yes, last weekend at Brewdog.
And we were, because I took your copy of, I
was it
I
Tiny
borrowed.
Towns?
No, it wasn't Tiny. It was the Bear.
Oh, Barron Park,
which was my first time playing it.
Yes.
And I was returning it. You're like, that's my copy. I was like, it's amazing. And we gushed over how great it was. And that's how actually I met you. And now, and I didn't know you
and
were.
Now we're here.
And now we're here.
Hello. It's Kismet. It's so good. But Julie, of course, you are one of our favorite co-hosts. You're one of our greatest friends. Greenbrier is one of our favorite sponsors. We've had so much fun running all of the campaigns with you. We really, honestly, truly appreciate everything that you and Greenbrier do for the show. You are integral to any success that we have, and genuinely, we appreciate it. Part of that, and not only that do we appreciate you, but the audience appreciates you.
Oh, goodness.
And we want to honor you by giving you the middle guy of the year award.
I'm the middle
for
guy.
2018. And it's very appropriate that right now
you're the middle guy.
This is amazing.
But we really love you, and we wanted to show you that. So thank you so much,
you.
seriously, for everything that you do.
This is amazing. This can go next to our Z-Apocalypse trophy from last year. I'm just going to have this at Gen Con. We have the glass case that has all our miniatures and everything, and then there's now going to be 2 trophies, and it's going to be
one is for
amazing.
You, one is for you.
Yeah.
You think Walter's going to get jealous?
Yeah.
So, on top of that, because we love you, did you get to see what's in the box?
No.
Okay, you want to play
what's in the box?
Oh, wait, before that, do we want to do that? Okay, we're doing that first. We're not going to. Oh, yeah. No. I want to do this first.
You want to show those?
All right. So we were going to play, and I didn't come prepared.
Neither did we. We didn't bring the core game either.
So, okay, let me backtrack. Every Wednesday we've been playing Folklore, and we did the first 2 stories and a whole lot of off-roading.
Have you played Folklore?
I am not.
Oh, it's fun.
So we did a lot of off-roading, which is not necessarily
It's really the best part of the game.
okay. But it can be done better, and it can be done better. Because there are rumor cards that are geared towards specifically doing side quests.
Yes.
So you were trying to turn the off-road cards into side quests.
I feel like we did it successfully.
When we actually had.
I feel like we
Well, we have side quests. So I brought the Dark Tales expansion, which has the rumor cards, which are the side quests, but I didn't bring the core game, which you need because this is an expansion. So that was a blunder on my part.
Faux pas?
A faux pas. But I thought before we jump into whatever...
What's in the box?
I don't know. I'm kind of scared and in awe, and I just want to have this awkward... excited and frightened feeling for a little bit longer.
Okay.
So we're going to talk about what we should have been doing during this segment instead. So we have rumor cards, and so here was the sample that I had selected for us to do.
This was such a great social media campaign during the Fall of the Spire Kickstarter.
Right.
With all of everybody with their rumor cards, and I just thought that was so cool.
So these are the ones from Dark Tales, and we'll have new ones in Fall of the Spire. And so this one was Carnage in the Sewers. Rumors of a bizarre killings occurring within and around Eurotusk's sewer system have reached you. The bodies have been viciously mauled and eviscerated, but there has been no evidence of an attacker. What mysterious entity is causing these deaths? Aliens. It's aliens. No, it's not aliens.
Wrong universe.
So you have to travel to Eurotusk. So we would use the world map, and we would have traveled. And once we get there, you have to do a skill check, success or failure.
Right.
And then based on the success or failure, we would have an additional event to do, which actually sets up a map, and you have a mini encounter. So instead of just doing a skirmish, which most of the off-roads were, we would have set out a map. And so you can see I have a new map that we hadn't seen before. Of course, with the green screen, you're never going to see it anyway.
But wait.
Can we do it? Can we do it here?
Yeah, there we go.
Ooh. So, see? All the toxic, glowy green in the sewers.
It's turtles.
It's turtles. It was turtles. No,
turtles.
it's still not turtles. Although, I do believe we've seen the pictures of in the expansion of the crocodile. So it could be a crocodile. I don't think we have a rat swarm, so it can't be a rat either. It can't be
Master.
Oh no.
Oh, Splinter.
Master Splinter, thank you.
That was terrifying.
There was a moment where I was like, wow, I'm going to lose all my street cred. We're okay. It's okay.
I've recuperated.
But then see, and kind of see, sort of see how you would have, like, it has a mini map just like you do in the stories where you can set it up and you have search things and you have we would have been fighting white wolves from the look of it. And that in our start zone, and so we would have done a mini. So it is almost like a tiny, instead of a full story, a mini campaign.
Okay.
So that's what we were going to do today, but instead we're just going to hang out and talk and be silly, apparently, and see what's in the box. But before we do that, so the rumors that you were talking about are going to be new ones that come in the next expansion, but we did a whole campaign where in addition to some people who really have a fondness for the color purple and going off-roading.
Who?
I don't know. There's a rumor that they might be one of the rumor cards. So that's what we did. We had a lot of our friends in the industry described as characters in the rumor cards, and they're the NPCs that send you on your way, or they might end up being the people that you have to fight. I don't know. So I've been working on writing those, and that's been, honestly, it's been the hardest. So I did all of this other writing, and you try to be creative and you try to come up with new things. So there's that challenge, especially when you've done a bunch of them and you don't want it to become repetitive and have people do the same thing and be like, oh, it's like this other one that I've done. So that's a challenge. Layered on top of that is trying to describe in a card this big. People you know in a way that they know who they are and they're not going to be like, wow, that's what they think of me? Great. Awesome. And make it so that it's still in the realm of folklore, so the people reading it aren't like, what is this dribble? Like, what, this is like, pull them out of the world.
Right. It needs to make sense. It shouldn't be, I don't know if gratuitous is the right word.
Right.
But
it's completely over the top. And so you want to have that nod to, okay, so clearly this is Jonathan Gilmour. Clearly this is Daryl Andrews. But without it being like,
maybe you love folklore, you have no idea, and there are people who might not care who these people are. You still want your
and don't want their game and their experience ruined because they're like, wow, this was clearly a jokey card.
Yeah.
Why did I get this? So they've been hard. I write one and I put so much I put so much time and thought and rewriting into these, and I'm like, I could have written an entire story. This is exhausting. So I hope people like them. I really do. But so that I've been working on, and that's been exciting, but it's really hard because you're doing things like that and you want to see the end result, and everybody on the Kickstarter wants to see the end result.
Yeah.
But one of the cool things was you helped early give me a present of seeing some pieces of end result, because you printed out 2 of the STL files for 2 of the characters. So one of the Warlord, who is one of the characters that you can play.
Let's see if he'll do a better job there.
I'm so excited. Oh my god, I'm so excited. He came out so pretty.
That is the Warlord.
I really wanted to do not the Viper, but the Huntress.
That's your favorite character.
She's my absolute favorite
character
the whole time, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of inspiration actually was taken after, so inspiration. Twinfire came to us and said, we want to do these characters. We want to move somewhat to the Middle East, so we have these ideas for characters. And so conceptually, they had given some ideas, and then I came back with a photo of my friend Cammie, who has playtested a lot of folklore, and I was like, can she maybe look a little more like this? So there was some influence there, and of course, Cammie came to the booth today. She's like, my girl here. And I was like, no. But her spear, I was nervous with the STL printing that it would get crushed, so I gave you the Warlord because he's a little bit
sturdier,
chunkier. And then we also had one of the Afflictions.
I think that's still so cool.
Yeah. So, just a giant lava entity who's gonna smash you to bits, or burn you or melt you.
I still can't wait to see these when they get painted.
So that's the so they are getting painted by the same person who made me the bear who we were talking about.
The bread bear?
Before we started this. So I was baked a bread bear, so a loaf of bread in a sourdough bread in the shape of a bear, and apparently it's been a fun activity for some people to watch me pull off pieces of this bear, which is named. So people come out, and people are walking by, and I'm not like, I'm hungry, and you don't get to leave the booth when you're working all the time. So
is there an event ticket for this one?
No, it's spontaneous. So his legs are gone, his arms are gone, the ears are gone, and people but randomly every time I've pulled it out, and I'm like trying to wait for a quiet moment where nobody can see me eating anyway, and I pull off a leg, and somebody always walks by at that moment and is like, because he looks like a cute little teddy bear. It's like golden brown. It's bread. He's got little raisin eyes, little nose. He's adorable.
Does he still have raisin eyes and a nose?
Yeah, that's the last I'm gonna eat.
Questions.
I want him to see it. But that's okay. So this is, come on. This is the games I make. The games I make. Let's face it. This is where I go. I go to the dark place every time, folks. So somebody walked by and they were like, "Are you ripping apart that bear?" So only one person has called me on it. Everybody just kind of looks and laughs and walks away. But "Are you ripping apart that bear?" I was like, "His name's Salvatore."
Salvatore.
So that's what's been happening. So that
I feel like Salvatore the bread bear needs his own Instagram until he's gone.
I think it's too late for that. I think it's too late.
Too late for Salvatore.
But I also enjoy
Salvatore.
that this is a thing that happens to me where somebody was like, I'm going to bake you some vegan bread, and it made it in the shape of a bear. Like that. That's pretty spectacular.
That's pretty fantastic.
Yep.
And he is also offered to, he's done a lot of painting miniatures, and he, for his own personal fun, but is super talented. And I said, hey, can I potentially get you to paint a couple of miniatures? So for Gen Con, I think I'm hoping that they will be done so that it'll have them painted to see. And I'm really super excited because, you would think it would, like, as many miniatures as we do, that, like, at some point you'd be like, yeah, okay, miniatures. And every time I'm always like, oh my god, look at them, they're amazing.
Because miniatures, it's like a medium, right? It's not like one miniature, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like, oh, I made miniatures, so that's exciting that I made miniatures. It's like an artistic medium. It's, I made this little statue, I made that little statue.
Right. Well, and this, like, whole group of discussion of creatively, what is this being that we're making and writing stories about, and it gets fleshed out in your head, and you have a picture of what it's going to be, and then to share it with somebody else who's way more talented than I am. I'm trying to explain things, and I've got, like, stick figures and stuff, and it's embarrassing. And to have, like, so Kieran, who's our 3D artist, and Jason Evans does the character art, be like, you mean something like this? And you're like, oh, no, so much better than my brain. It's so good. So, yeah, this is really fun. All right, so now that I've gushed sufficiently over the minis that I just got to see. By the way, I just got to see these, but, like, Josh handed them to me before I got on camera, so it's still very fresh. Very excited. So now I want to see what's in the box.
Okay, you have to guess.
It's time.
You gotta get. It's part of the game. Cassidy, you can guess.
Oh, I have no idea.
Here. Well, here, okay. Here,
It's
just
like
maybe.
Ooh. More minis.
I feel like it's more minis, but, like, when you keep saying what's in the box, I'm thinking, like,
There's more minis
7,
in
so it's
there.
like the head of something, and I'm terrified.
It's Salvatore's head.
it's not. It's just the raisins.
Some really tough raisins, like,
Right. They've been dried for a while.
desiccated. They're petrified raisins,
Yes.
like they're from the
Because he's
the
back.
Jurassic era.
Salvatore, the magical bread bear.
Oh my goodness! All right,
You ready for it?
I'm ready. I'm like literally scared.
It's gonna pop out.
Oh my god, this is amazing! They could eat your face off! This is awesome!
That's the biggest record.
Oh my god!
That dude is huge.
Look at all the detail you can see because of it. Oh my god, that's amazing!
Look at his face.
I love him.
He's so angry.
He's stern. You know? He would not put up with me. I'm pretty sure he would not find me amusing at all.
He'd just give you that look the whole
Yeah,
time.
the whole time.
Well, and is that a nose plate on his helmet?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I mean, yeah. Look at the detail. Look at that. Under the boots.
I'm so happy right now. I'm so happy. Oh, that's so good.
Like,
Yeah.
I printed this for Jill. They're like, oh.
That's nice.
Don't tell her. They're like, that's nice. Like, that's about like the size of my hand.
He didn't give us,
There's
like-
no scale.
I mean, it's yeah. That's, and then okay, and it's
Yeah.
What kind of plastic is this? This is cool. It's so good though. Cause he's lava.
Yeah.
I had some translucent red.
Oh my goodness. He's so gross and drippy, and I'm so happy
He is
about it.
Very drippy.
See, I just want to play with it. Like, look.
Just put him on the middle of the board.
Yeah.
Oh, I did it the right way. So. Whoop, too far. Nope, still the wrong direction. There you go.
Like, okay, but ready? All right, so like.
He's gonna get clobbered.
Stern
Like,
man.
I'm so happy right now.
With his stern little face. facing off
Like,
against
So I'm supposed to, and we talked about it. Part of the reason that I'm like, was like, I don't have time. Like, we can't go over because I have a meeting to go to, and there's like a big part of me that just wants to like, and I can't. And I want to off, and like, part of me wants to come back and just play with them, and then part of me wants to go into my room and just write now, because I like have a whole scenario in my head, and it's amazing. Right? Superpower. No, that's not folklore.
It's not folklore.
Although there is something that will have powers of transformation in the Fall of the Spire that we didn't share with anybody yet. That's going to be a thing. Not like this, but there is a character that will have some powers that are going to be new. Because if you think about it, in Fall of the Spire, there were a lot of new, both the characters and the foes that are from other realms.
Yeah.
So we've added some new abilities that we've gotten a little bit more. And so this was gothic fantasy, but still, not high fantasy. And we've started edging towards that realm of high fantasy. So there will be a little bit more of that in the expansion. When it comes out.
But not Supergirl powers?
I can't
He
share
did
that
not eat his
information.
Wheaties.
Like, can we just... Yeah. Okay. Just wanna...
That's so good.
He does look
That
really
is so
drippy and
good.
gross.
I'm so happy. So, what are you guys doing for the rest of the meeting? Because I have a meeting, but I might secretly be just carrying these into the meeting and playing with them in the back of the room. Which is not what I shouldn't probably be saying that, where anybody can hear that I'm doing that.
No.
Yeah, no. But I might.
Takes backsies on live TV.
It'll get buried.
What are you guys doing?
This is the last interview. I'm going to be on Origins by Night at 8:45.
Nice.
I have no idea what I'm doing, but I weaseled my way onto that, so that was fun.
Yeah, nice, nice. I have yet to be on it.
Oh,
so
yeah?
let me know how it goes.
I will.
I haven't really campaigned to be on it, to be honest. I just see people talking and I'm like, wow, they look special and important.
I want to be there.
I want to be there one day too. That's as far as I go. I probably, if I really wanted to, should actively try to figure out what to do that, but no.
I'm excited for it. I think the people over at Lone Shark are a lot of fun. We've had a lot of fun with them. I guess we just hung out with them yesterday, but yeah, that was
Absolutely.
Cassadi, how's your con been?
Really, it's only today, and so I've been doing a whole ton of running around and just trying to catch up with everybody and see what I can see and play what I can play and do everything in one day.
Nice.
That's a heavy load.
Yes.
How's the booth been going?
I'm not in a booth.
I'm gonna wait for it.
What?
How's the booth been going?
Oh, it's been great. As we talked about earlier, I have a lot of Columbus locals
Yeah.
working at my booth, and all friends.
A lot of them are my friends, yes.
Yeah, and they're spectacular. So I've known Jen for years, since my first Origins, and when
Jen is pretty spectacular.
she is amazing, and she and I became friends when Apocalypse, our first game, came out. So it was one of my first conventions. It was our first game. She walked by, and I said what I was saying to everybody was, come sit down so I can try to kill you. And she went, awesome, and sat down, and that was it. And we had a great time because she got me. She got me.
Yeah.
She was like, yeah, I'm in.
Let's do it.
And that was it. So now she runs my booth. I show up, and she's like,
Just get out of
Okay.
here. Just go away.
Go over there with Salvador.
So yeah, go eat some Salvatore and then leave again. And I'm like, all right. Oh.
For those who are watching the show live,
Yeah.
where is your booth?
It is 11:03. So I diametrically opposed to where your last
Yeah.
interview was. We are by the men's room on the other side of the hall. So we're up at the front corner.
Apparently, it's the cool people that go and have booths by the bathrooms.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll go with that. Sure.
I like
Well, that's the thing. Everybody comes by. At
Yep,
some
yep,
point,
yep.
everybody walks by because the restrooms are right side by side, so it's men and women's. And you know if they're going in this direction, just leave them alone. They're coming this way,
They're all yours.
they're all mine.
Come sit
Super
down
classy,
so I can kill you.
I know. Come sit down. Well, yeah, no, it's still mostly that. It is still mostly that. Let's be honest. We got Folklore.
What games do you have at the booth?
So so at the booth we're actually demoing Burger Up and Barbarian Battlegrounds because it's a smaller booth, and those are smaller, lighter, easier to demo games in a small setting. So we've been demoing that, which has been super fun because light, quick, fast. We have tables set up where we're playing Champions of Hara and Helios Expanse.
I still have to play Champions of Hara.
Really?
Aaron loves it. It's his favorite game. He was one of his favorite games, and
Oh,
I didn't
that's
get
awesome.
to play it. So not yet. So I got to make that happen.
Absolutely. And so we actually played it at Tabletop Gaming here in Columbus last week with the team before we even got here. So everybody knew how to play it, and it was really fun because we had, you demo things and you get used to the people who are just considering buying, and so there's a lot of weighing of options, which I appreciate.
Right.
There's a lot of games, and there's some really cool ones, but you budget to come, and what do you want to spend your money? So you spend a lot more time talking about a game and then having somebody be like, okay, and then kind of walking off, whether they like it or don't like it, because they're debating whether to purchase something, and that makes perfect sense. But when you're just learning to play a game, it's a different mentality, and it's also I'm trying to get it right so I understand it, but not necessarily I'm going to like this game. It's more, am I going to be able to explain this game? We started playing, and they were like, can we just play? Like, yeah.
Please.
Yes, you can. Go right ahead. No. We have to analyze. We have to no. So that was super fun, and I expect that with the lighter, easier games where people are like, oh yeah, fun, but and not that it's so. It's not Twilight Imperium, but it still has a lot of weight to it. So it's always nice when a group of people is like, oh no,
This game
we just want to play it, and I'm like, okay, well, I'll just let you play it. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I can help out. No, you don't need me. Okay.
Julie, where can our audience go to find out more about Greenbrier Games?
Well, they can go to our website, www.greenbriergames.com. That's BRIER.
Joshua.
Or
Let's
anybody.
spell it with
Or
an A.
well, most people do.
Okay. All right.
Except it's based on the Greenbrier Hotel, which is E. And therefore we
Made it an E.
made it an E. So they can go there. We have our Facebook page. We have our Twitter account. We have Instagram. We do all the social medias. It's fun. So, yeah. Whatever you fancy. Come say hi.
What conventions are you going to be at next?
After Origins, I will be at Dice Tower Con, so might see you there.
Yeah.
Might have something new to show you. And then I think it's after that it's Gen Con. Definitely have something new to show you there if I don't have it in time for Dice Tower, but I'm really hoping I have something in time for Dice Tower. So we're talking about these things, and I'm very happy to talk about this, but I've actually got 3 things coming up that I thought one of them would be here in time, and they're not, and I think they're all going to be coming all at once, where I'll have things and shiny things to show that are not folklore related.
Okay.
One of them's a Walter thing. One of them's a Walter thing. Nope.
We got lots of brand new things.
One of them's a Josh and Julie thing. And one of them is a Gordon thing.
Ooh.
So.
I like the Josh and Julie thing. That sounds exciting.
I
I like Julie's writing. Cassidy, if our audience wants to see what you're up to, where can they go?
Twitter. I am Noah Jane on Twitter. It's NOAJAYNE. That is my most active social media. 100%.
Sounds good. Well, ladies, Julie, I know that you got to go.
I do.
And I got the warning.
Okay.
So I want to thank you both very much for taking the time for your busy conventions. I know we're running from one place to another, trying to fit everything in a little bit of time, but I really appreciate you both taking some time out today to come and hang out with me. And again, Julie, we're so appreciative of you and Greenbrier Games for all that you do.
I didn't notice at all. I'm sorry, this is amazing. Look at I got door prizes. Look at this.
So many.
For showing up. This is like
Prizes
better than my mom. This is so good. Thank you so much.
We love you. Love you tons. And folks at home, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Make sure you check back tomorrow for some more really great live board game coverage. Oh yeah, that's how you know I'm done.
Good night.